Hello, Nick. So here it is in all its glory, Axis Empires Ultimate Edition. I got it packed up now. It's off the table, which can probably clue you in that I'm not going to be continuing on. Not because I don't like the game, just because it's been on the table for a while, and I'd like to move on to something new. And there is already something on the table, but hopefully I'll be able to get to that. But just kind of thought I'd go over the game a little bit with my thoughts, and yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Some people like this kind of stuff. Counters. Counters are counters. They're either really bad or they're varying degrees of fineness. I don't have any trouble with these counters. They seem fine. Half inch, I'm assuming these are. Got all the counters of the different aspects of it. Got in Fortrays. I believe this was Ardwolf's scheme, or his initial scheme. I think he's probably moved on by now, but it works for me. I probably needed to. I need to make some of those little. What are they? Those paper. Fold those papers so I can have multiple compartments in here. I probably have these a major mess now. I have them in the right compartments, but they're. When I get back to playing it again, I'll have to basically take each compartment out when I go to get a certain thing and make sure I got it all. But yeah, I think that's fine for the most part. Rules, I think they're very well done. I like the different coloring. It kind of mean certain things. Some rules, are only for Dicenso, some just for Krieg, and some for the combined game. Some marks for if this only applies for Krieg. I think it's well laid out, and it's nice to look through. Let's see. I don't know. So basically, there's the. This is the core rules, so all your common rules across everything. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I think the rules that I got into, I think they all made sense. So I guess to recap, I played the Case White scenario a couple times. I had played that, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 times even before I put it on camera. Nice little puzzle there. Kind of teaches you the retreat thing that, kind of not the biggest fan of that, what that can do, but it is what it is. Played Barbarossa on camera, and then I had played that previously also. And then the Fall of France scenario, which I just wrapped up. The next, somebody had told me the next logical choice would be for me to play what is it? The 1939 breakout of war scenario. I can't remember what that is. It's in here somewhere, I'm sure. No, that's 1937. Probably this one. So 1939, the war in Europe. So starts in August, September 1939, and then goes to VE Day. I've decided to move on. Just like I said, nothing against the game. It's been on the table a long time, and I need to play some other things. But I will be back to this. If I was going to jump into another game, I don't know. I'd like to do the campaign game, which if I start at the 1939, you know, we're into the war, and I'm just basically doing the war maneuver, the battles, the maneuvering, and the cards from there. But I'd like to start at the beginning, even though I don't have you know, any intimate knowledge of all the different card plays and such. I would want to do that. I think I would find that interesting. I need to read. I have not read the player's notes. I haven't read any of this material, which you know, any kind of little minor complaints I have about rules-wise. Maybe if I would read these, it's probably in here somewhere. I think I did hear somewhere about, you know, spelling out about the retreat, taking everybody else along the path with them, and from cities. I think I saw somewhere that it's somewhere. Maybe if it's not in here, maybe there's some other online diatribe about it or whatever. Not diatribe. That makes it sound bad. Whole bunch of cards for the game. Very useful here. The support unit marker placement. All that. Nice little way to keep track of who's got what. If you don't want to have to go through the map every time. And, you know, you've got things for the Krieg portion. You've got stuff for the Dicenso portion. So there was the core rules. Then there's the specific to Krieg and the scenarios for that. Then there's also the Dicenso exclusive rules and the scenarios for that. I'd like to get into that someday. Pacific isn't really, I haven't done a whole lot of Pacific theater gaming. It's something I'm curious about, but just haven't made the plunge. But I know there's only one, basically, like one learning scenario for this. And then you're kind of into it more. I don't know, just with all these games, it's mainly seems like it's, you know, naval and air. And I don't know, maybe just that doesn't appeal to me as much. But I will get into this sometime. I don't have the space to do the combined game, but that does sound interesting. Schiffskrieg, that adds, so in the base games, I mean, as you saw, like there's the Air Force counters, which represent, you know, your air support and such. This adds in where you have, I think within that counter, you can allocate certain individual ships and air, I don't know what they are, land-based air. I don't know what size they represent, because I haven't really read this, whether they're, I don't even know how planes are size-wise, or even decided to run. This adds that extra complexity into it. This doesn't really interest me. I'm fine with the support marker method. I liked what's the other World War II? Oh, unconditional surrender. Seems kind of similar to that. Only with that, you've got so many sorties until they're tired, and then they regain so much every turn. This adds that the delay roll for how many turns before they can come back. So I don't think I'll ever probably get into Schiffskrieg unless I get through everything else someday, and I'm still chomping at it. This probably interests me quite a bit. The Dice of Decision module. Basically, you kind of got a pre-game where you're playing out, rolling on tables from the end of World War I to the start of World War II, or whenever the game starts, not necessarily the outbreak. But So it can make a whole lot of different different possibilities happen, which I like that idea. A lot of different situations that could arise. I think that would be cool. And a whole bunch, still more player aids, a lot for dice of decision, and then kind of your spots for your what you have in your force pool, kind of the layout of what you need to use to build certain units, and each one of those for each faction, and then you've got your faction card, which I think they're pretty much identical across all the factions, but they're kind of tailored. Like this shows, Axis goes first in the Western faction, Soviet faction. Whereas if you got the Western faction card, you see that okay, the Axis goes, and then I go, and then the Soviet. So nice abundance of those. Get this out of the way. You got some dice, which I did use. They don't seem anything special or out of the ordinary. Cards, good quality. I haven't opened the ones for the Dice Senso yet, and very cool. For when you do the Dice of Decision, there's overlays. I don't know if you're familiar with Advanced Squad Leader, which can have overlay hell. So certain events happen, and then you've got these certain spots of the map that you would lay over to change the map to remind yourself, easier than having to always keep it in the back of your mind that, oh, hey, this event happened. I got the maps under here. They seem nice quality, big. Yeah. Overall, so it's a pricey package. I originally, when I first noticed it, I was kind of like, I don't know, making fun of it in my own mind, like, oh, why would I ever pay that much for a war game? And then, I don't know, I should have known. It had some cool aspects to it. It's got a, fine pedigree. It's been, different iterations of it. And I feel like I should have just known, but I didn't, and I waited, and then it kind of was the very tail end, and I just finally decided, oh, I need that. So I, wish I would have got in on the pre-order price, but have what you will. So it's an expensive game, especially getting it now. So you should. It's definitely the type of thing you want to play it. Buying something that expensive just to sit on the shelf doesn't make sense to me. Really doesn't make sense to me in general. But I know there's collectors out there and such, and some people just like to read the rules, which I have that to an extent. I own a lot of games that I haven't played that I have perused the rules just to curious how they do certain things. So it's pricey, so yeah, you want to get your use out of it. But it's good quality. It's hefty box. Kind of one of the games in my collection that doesn't have an easy spot for me to put it, so it's probably going to be up on a closet shelf somewhere. As far as the rules wise, I think that it kind of came out in some of my earlier playthroughs. The retreat rule, where you cause a retreat, and you could, if you plan it correctly, you can pretty much have your zone of controls in such a way where you can force that retreat back onto other of their units, or go through one of their cities, and those units are swept up in the retreat and have to be taken along. Now, I don't know. I don't know if that, to me, I don't know if that really makes sense. I mean, when you're at this level, I mean, line of battle for me is the best regimental level American Civil War system, and that has where, I mean, it makes perfect sense in that. If you force a retreat, and and I have to retreat through some of my units, it's going to have an effect at that scale. And you can have either those units displace, and their morale level is going to go down one. You can go through them, and their morale level is going to go down two levels. I think you can have them swept up in the retreat if you wish. But you alleviate it, you have to deal with it. But at that level, I think it makes sense. At this level, I don't know. It seems a little weird to me, and I can't remember how unconditional surrender handled it. I mean, maybe they handled it the same way, and I just didn't have a problem with it. But here it seems weird, but I can deal with it. It's part of the game. Going into a game, you should understand the rules of how they're gonna affect you. Having said that, I don't know if I'd want to play this opposed. I feel like I wouldn't know the rules well enough, and I don't think I would. I don't think it would be fair of me to play somebody that knows the rules and is looking for a good game, and I come in and I'm like, oh gee, I forgot about that, or oh, I didn't realize that's how it worked. So I kind of like for me, this is probably going to be a solitaire game. Maybe if you had enough interest that you would want to tinker with it and would put some time in to learn the rules, I would play it, against you, Nick. But I think even then, it'd kind of be in a cooperative manner. I would vote for where, we know the rules to the extent we know the rules, and we kind of, I don't know, I guess we play the sides. We say, you're this, I'm this, and then, but we kind of help each other, like pointing out, like, oh, don't forget that. And stuff. I mean, that's friendly games, anyways. But, or maybe we just, we both, when it's this side's turn, maybe we both come over, discuss what we think that side should do, and we do it. I don't know. The card play, I think, is an aspect of this that really makes it interesting. You can go historical, which, I mean, this is a deep, big game. Your first time through, maybe it makes sense that you just do the historical, but I'm a glutton for punishment, and I would want to, I'd want to look at the cards, and I don't know, maybe for one side, I would want to play it in the manner that I thought based on the situation. Maybe for a different side, I would want to, I don't know, go totally crazy and do weird things. And then for another side, maybe I would, I don't know, kind of a blend of the two. Of course, I mean, then, kind of tilts things to one side or the other. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's kind of my thoughts on the matter. Would I get it again? Yeah, I think so. I think for what I've played so far, I've enjoyed it. Packing it up now, I'm a little leery because when I do have this habit to where I pack something up and I down the road, like, yeah, I'm going to play that again, and then I'm still waiting to get to those games. But we've got a lot of games we can play, and I don't want to just dedicate all my time to one. Plus, the level of dust that was hitting some of my boards and counters was becoming a bit excessive. I did have, I don't know if you remember, I had Castle Itter on this table. The day that I cleaned this up, I actually finished that Castle Itter game. I was just figuring I was going to pack it up, but then I decided, let me play some cards, and I got caught up in it, and I finished it until I lost, which I think I had. I think there was like, I don't know. I would have had to survive another 2 or 3 full turns after I did for me to have survived. But I lost that one. But I enjoyed that too. I don't really think I want to or would go over that, but that was an enjoyable little light game. I like a little distraction, and those type of games are fun. I still gotta get through Pavlov's House of that, and then the newest one. I don't know. It takes place somewhere in the Bulge. I can't remember, but I'm sure that once I stop this, I'll think of a whole bunch more super insightful things that I could have said, but they'll be lost because this video will have already gone up, and what's said will have been said. But just know that there's probably some really smart things that I would have said if I would have remembered them. So, anywho, I'm gonna move on and see where the rest of the day takes me. So, have a good one. Laters. Oh, very quick addendum. Can't believe that I forgot to mention this. Probably what my favorite rule is needing to, excuse me, needing to have steps to blanket each hex as you advance, like through enemy zone of control. I really like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Also requires a lot of planning, which I seem to lack the knack for. I wish the rule was that you could just break them down as you go, but I guess it makes sense that you got to plan for that sort of thing, and I like that. So I wanted to get that in there because that's the thing I found most intriguing. I'm sure other systems I've played do it, but this one, it's like integral to it, and just want to put that out there. Laters.